Hey guys, tonight is jumping night. I'm hoping it's not going to be a fail like it was last time because it was honestly terrible. I look ridiculous. I don't know what the heck was going on. So I'm hoping that tonight will be a little bit better. I'm gonna ride my friend's horse and we're gonna hope for the best. And welcome guys to another GoPro vlog, and today was jumping. So Kira was very fresh. I could tell that she had a lot of energy that day. Right now we're just walking on long rein, and you can feel when a horse is fresh and is ready to go. You can feel it like under saddle. It's just crazy. You can just feel the horse's energy. So I was like, I need to do a really long warm-up for her to kind of relax, because she was walking like she had a purpose, which is good. But yeah, this horse is just very forward, and she definitely needs a strong hand. So I was like, I hope she's going to behave, because today I was like, we're gonna introduce fences. This is our third or fourth time, I think, jumping. So I just wanted to be cautious. I ain't 15 anymore. So I was like, we're gonna take it easy and do a really long warm-up. We picked up the trot here. We did a lot of trot. We did a little bit of canter too. And she was just, I don't know if you guys can tell, but she was just really fast. So I was like, we need to control her speed. Here she kind of slowed down, which was great. We already had a course set up because we had a jumping competition last weekend, so that was nice. I looked at the course. I was like, maybe I'll try to do the course, maybe I won't, since we're introducing fences. I was like, I want to start with like a small cross, going over it, and then we'll focus mainly on one fence. And we did a few, and I mean, actually the session was really good. I was really happy with it. She was really good that day. She was staying along the fence, but like I said, she was just really forward. I remember I had to do a couple of one rein stop because she was just like going, and I was like, no, we're not gonna do that. She wasn't listening. So, but she did good afterwards. So here we're trotting both directions, and my friend from France was here right there. So it was really nice because I had someone that could actually film today's session, or at least have a few clips of me jumping. Like I say, I took a 17-year break, kind of got back at it a year and a half ago. No, I'm lying. Last year, and then took another break, and then got back at it again. Because my horse is not there yet. So right now my friend was nice enough to letting me ride her. So you see, we went around and she was coming along nicely. I was able to control her speed, so then we were in a nice trot. And I mean, what I really love about her is she is really forward. She's very responsive to leg, very responsive to voice most of the time, but yeah, really responsive to leg and to your seat. So she's definitely not green like my horse. So that's a nice change. I really appreciate when we have a horse that is less green than what we have. So we picked up a little canter. She did really good. She was nice and steady. Her canter is so comfortable. She's wider than my horse and shorter, but I really love her canter because the strides are smaller than Valentina's canter. I really have to make her kind of collect, and then it's really comfortable and I can sit nicely. But Kira, her canter is just really nice. It's super smooth. You can tell she's very balanced when she canter or when she trots. So again, nice change of pace from my horse, but it is what it is. So we did a long warm-up. I really wanted to make sure that she was solid, that she was not going to rush to jumps, because that's her thing. And she's still not super confident. I feel like her confidence has gotten better over the last few times, but I really noticed that the last time we jumped, she was really putting her head down, kind of oh, what the heck is that? And then she would jump. So sometimes it will be too short, sometimes it was way too long, sometimes she would half jump and trot over it. This one, she took her time. She didn't do too bad. That was the first cross that we did, and I always made sure to when we first start jumping, to just do it as at a trot. approaching the first fence, and I was like, okay, Kiara, stay centered. She had trouble, but she went over it. I was actually really happy with her. So this is the clip that you guys just saw with the GoPro. She was nice and steady. She was kind of hesitant, but she did go over it, so I was very pleased with her. So I was like, okay, let's do it again. We were at a nice trot, so we just had to turn. It was fine, and I had that bar on the side, and she did really good. We dropped the bar here, but I was completely fine. So here you can see we're gonna go, so this is the clip that you just saw. She was a little bit more center, and boop, she went over it. She did drop. Her hind legs were just a little bit lower than I would have liked to, but that's okay. And then we did that cross, and she was unsure. You guys can tell, like, she's going like left and right, and I really have to keep her centered. So here I was like, let's do a double because we've been practicing for a while. Here I picked up the canters, so didn't count my stride, and oh my god, guys, this was so choppy, and I was like, what the heck? That was totally my fault. So you can see here, she could have jumped it, but she wanted to do another stride. Then she tried to avoid it, but I was like, no, we're gonna stay center. And I mean, kudos to her, because honestly, she went over it like a champ, and I really thought that she was either going to stop or really swerve. Then we went over that little cross here, so that's the same one that we did from the beginning, but we went over it the other way. So you can see here how she drops her head because she feels like really unsure. We cantered afterwards, and she was good. Like, she wasn't running away from me, so that was just really nice that she kept a nice and steady pace. After the jump, we went back to our white and blue vertical, and here she was really good. She, like, the distance was great from the jump. She tried to pull the other way, but I just wanted to go around. But she was really good. She was able to stay out of trot. She was really listening, and you're gonna see, guys, in the next clip, this jump that we just did. Yeah, she felt more centered, she felt more confident, and you guys can really see, like, her trot is more of a working trot. You can tell she's a little bit more confident, and then she jumped it really good. She's always kind of like, you know, with her head down, but she did really good. And look at that, she's just trotting along, not trying to get away from me. And yeah, so I was really pleased with her, and that's why I was like, okay, let's just focus on this main fence. And we did like a couple of more different ones. So we have like another one right here, and we had a little refusal. We were going, and I don't know, I feel like she can sense it when I'm like, is she gonna go over it or not? And we were cantering. She was cantering on one side, I was trying to put her on the other side. That was hilarious. But here I was like, yeah, let's go over this cross, and she could have, because her distance was good. We had, you know, good stride, and no, she felt really unsure, and I could tell. And I was like, if I'm gonna force it, she's either gonna stop or she's gonna swerve away, and I'm gonna fall. So I was like, I'm not gonna force it, and that's fine. So we went over our blue fence again, and you see how wide my reins are. She has less room to move, and this one was, I think, the best jump we had. And of course she had to misbehave afterward, you know, but honestly, she felt great. I felt like my position was good, so yeah, kudos. And here we are, another refusal on a jump that we went over like twice already. So she was trying to avoid some of it, so this one was like almost borderline. I was like, whoopsie, we're gonna hit the pole. So I was like, you avoided it, we're gonna do it again. So I was like, let's go to at a more steady trot, and she went over it. She was gonna like half jump it, but that's okay, she went over it anyway. So I was really happy with her. And I'm really glad my friend was here, because he caught like all those refusal on camera too. So you're gonna see right here, nice trot, boop, no, at the last minute, let's swerve away to the right. So that was fine. I went around, you know, trotted along, keep a good contact with her, and she was great. And then I was like, we're gonna do it again. So we made our little turn here, keep her nice and steady, center as possible, and you see her trot is way slower. And then we went over it. That was kind of a lame jump, but she jumped it anyway, so I was really happy with her. You know, I have learned over the last few months to, you know, just take my wins, guys. You know, take your win, because if you don't, you're gonna be more frustrated than anything else, and it doesn't do anybody any good. This one, same thing. We had a canter, she could have jumped it. This one was way too short. I was like, oh. I feel though that it was a tad better than the first time we went over it. So we kept on canter, and she was really good. I was like, yeah, you release that energy, girl. I know you wanna you wanna burn some energy. So look at that. We're nice trotting. We're along the fence. I'm looking at the line. I'm like, okay, we're good. And then she felt like picking up the canter. And here she could have jumped. I don't know why. And I squeezed her, but she felt unsure. But I honestly feel that this line was way better than the first time. There was less swerving to the side, trying to avoid the jump. So I was actually very happy with her. And we just, kept on going. So because she felt really, really fresh and full of energy, and because, I know her, I was like, we're gonna walk. And you see what I'm doing, guys? I'm doing like little triangles. It's actually another YouTuber that I'm following that, they use the app Ridley to like, they have like warm-up exercise and all that stuff. And I don't know, I feel like by doing this, it kept her mind going like, oh shit, we're going to the left and we're going to the right. So she was really listening, and you can tell like her walk was not as fast, and she was really focusing. Like I gave her brain something to to work on, I guess. And so I did that for like on two sides of the arena, and I really felt like it really helped with how fast she was going, and for her to really like focus on something, because like when horses do something over and over, they they get bored, and they let you know when they're bored. So that was a really good exercise. I really recommend, guys. Here we picked up the trot. Like she felt great. Her trot was nice, smooth, not rushing. And here we pick up the canter. We tried this other fence, and she was really unsure about it. And I was kind of bummed because I was like, look at that, 1, 2, up. And we could have jumped it, but kind of last minute, she almost stopped. She was like, what the heck is that? Am I going to jump this or not? She went over it. I was happy. That's all that really mattered. And she was centered. So let's canter chicken, guys. I was like, let's keep on, cantering for a little bit. She felt great. Again, love her canter. And I think we did like 1 or 2 laps around the arena on the right hand. So again, I was like, we did a variety of jumps. Let's go back to our little white and blue fence. And honestly, those last few jumps that we did, and you're going to see that in the next clip, I was very happy because she had really good distance before the jump. I was squeezing my legs at the right time, and she really picked up her legs, and that was great. So here, same thing, trouble staying centered, but she jumped nicely, did not rush to the jump. And I've always like, okay, which direction am I going to go after the jump so I know where to go, So here, look at that. Front and back, lift those legs up, love it. And we just kept on cantering. We had Anastasia in the arena, so we had to be, careful of where we were going, and we trotted along. So I didn't want it to break her trot every time because I really wanted to keep on going at a trot. We had a lot of break where we were just walking so she could rest a little. This one was not so good. I was like, it's great. We're center, and then I squeezed my leg, and she was like, heck no, I'm not going over that jump again. So I was like, yeah, look at what my reins are, because I really wanted to stay center. So after that refusal, I was like, yeah, let's do a little cross and see how she does. And she went over the cross. But I was like, oh my God, Kira, like, why are you doing this? And here she did good. She was center-ish. And, I let her canter afterwards. So I think this one was our last jump. And she felt great. So we had a few jumps when she really felt amazing. And I was so happy because I hadn't jumped a fence in literally almost a year. So it was great. She felt great. We were cooling down right now in long rain, and she had that really nice stretch. Really, really loved it. She was overall, look at her. She was like, where's my treat? Where's my treat? It was honestly the best jumping session that we had so far. Unfortunately, I will not be able to ride her anymore. I'm really, really sad because this is actually my friend's horse's sister. Long story short, she's getting a horseback, so I cannot ride her anymore. So I'm really bummed about it, because I really, really love her. She was such a good girl. Guys, it was such a great session. She did really good. She was super fresh. She just wanted to go. Her trot was really fast. We did some exercises where we go along one fence and we did trot, and then the other one walk, just to control her speed. I also did like little triangle along the fence, and that really helped her. And then we jumped, started with a cross. We had a total of, I believe, 3 refusal, but she did good. And we did like 3 fences that we did multiple times and a couple of crosses. We're still keeping it low for now because I feel like she's doing better, except 2 fences were a little bit higher, which was good. The first time she went over that blue one was, the second time was a little bit better, and then the third time she was awesome. The landing was great, but then she did dive down. I guess she was super itchy on the front leg. So she overall did pretty okay. Definitely need a super strong hand when it comes to riding. I need to put like a good leg on right before the vertical and shorten my reins definitely, and have my rein a little bit wider as I approach the jump, so there's less chances of refusal. But it was overall a really good session. We have Anastasia right there. She did good. Don't be shy, you're used to it by now. I hope you enjoyed this video, guys. Please don't forget to give us a thumbs up, subscribe to the channel, and we will see you guys in the next video. Bye.